Come in, Pachom. We need to think about what to do next.
You share the events at the factory.
She even escaped your Zagavars. Only powerful evil spirits are able to do that. I think someone is protecting her.
This demon scared the entire factory. Even after you chased her away, the haunting continues. Some workers saw shadows in the barn. God damn them. But what should we do next? Can't we get the brine back?
We can think of something. We also need the water demons.
But Rusalka mentioned her father. Who could she be talking about?
Rusalka? Christ almighty, God help us! She mentioned her father?
Well, it's clear to me.
The Vodyanoi becomes father to all evil spirits of the water. Vakul is the one we need to go to.
The salt worker grows pale.
Vakul? So the Vodyanoi has something to do with it.
What did you think? You may not have dealt with him with your factory, but maybe you should have. Millers, for instance, all deal with him.
At the factory, I was doing fine with the Vodyanoi that I had.
Whether you were or not, the small Vodyanois are gone. This one has outsmarted them and now rules everywhere. The small ones all went into hiding, and you can't find them now. You can meet him in Hell's Lake. Pachom, go back. You can't do anything now. And you, Vasilisa, get going. Got it?
What do you know about the Vodyanoi?
A powerful chort, and an old one. People say he was here before Christ, and remembers the old time. He has an underwater palace, but he may speak to you on the lake.
Will you break the seal for me?
Try to convince him. I told you, you won't find any other Vodyanois here. He's hard to convince, though. And I don't know if you'll be able to take him into battle. You're still weak.
What kind of lake is that?
The Permians call it Vatti. It means swampy lake. It's deep. One chort tried to measure it and lost a rope. The Russians renamed it after the hunting started. If you ask me, Hell's Lake is quite a fitting name.
I see. I'll get ready.
Well, be careful out there with him. If you strike a bargain with him, stick to it. If something goes wrong, don't panic. You have your black book. God be with you. I still wonder how word gets out in the land of Perm. I traveled to Vilgord. No one fears me like they used to anymore. Must have heard that I transferred the power to you.
So why weren't you killed at the crossroads?
Ha! So the fiends circled around me. Well, I think that's it. We'll meet Timofey soon. Then I see one demon wearing a red hat. So I grabbed it. Then everything froze. Turns out the hat was changed to him. The demons went round and round, glaring at me with their fiery eyes. And their leader says, "Return the hat, I'll do anything." He could bring back my brother, though. I asked him then, "Where do you come from, you accursed demons?" And what do you know? Prokopy, the holy fool, sent them for me as a sort of a sacrifice. It wasn't the master of the forest who helped him, but demons all along. The children who disappeared in Vilgord were also his doing. He fed them all to his chorts. Timofey among them. Devil curse Prokopy's soul. If I ever see him in hell, even there I'll try to curse him. I'll make sure he suffers. I will.
What did you do with the chorts?
Send them to kill Prokopy. In the end, everyone thought he had drank one too many, but it was my shorts. That's not the end of it, but I'm tired. Next time I will tell you about the Black Book.
Why would the Banya bride need this sort of thing?
I reckon it's the only way she can get out of the Ethereum. She needs things from the human. You see, there's no living man without a cross, a belt, and a name. This girl never had any of that.
What's that? What's that? What in the name are you doing? You can't pat me. I'm not...
Can't bet you. Let me tame him with a good poker.
Wait! What poker? Are you mad, Gramps?
Maybe that will make you a better Susetko. I have to feed you for that out of my can. Yesterday, some bird flew in. I had to chase it off. Where were you then? Huh? Not a sign, you furry short.
Why, stop. Come on, you'll hate me, damn it. Be careful, Igor. All right, I get it. I will do a better job as a Susetka from now on.
That's better. Next time my hit will find its mark.
He's not the kind to spoil his children.
I know, right? Let's go.
The sun is setting when you see the village of Verkhny Onil. You pick up the pace. You need to get to Hell's Lake before dawn. The villagers show you the shortest route to the lake, warning you about the dangers on the road. The sun is setting when you see the village of You run into an alarmed Domovoy hurrying to his izba. The spirit tells you about the chorts of the Khaldun Grishka, murdered this year. Turns out, the chorts have scattered around the area and scare everyone who goes to Hell's Lake. When you leave the village, The sun is setting when you see the village of Verkhny Onil. The villagers show you the shortest route to the lake, warning you about the dangers on the road. Pale moonlight falls on rotten and broken trees. You feel the presence of leshis, or some other evil spirits. You whisper a ritual formula and step into the glade. Suddenly, chorts fly from all over. The detritus... Pale moonlight falls on rotten and broken trees. You feel the presence of leshis. You decide not to risk it and go around the glade. While you're trying to find a new path, sharp... Pale moonlight falls on rotten and broken trees. You feel the presence of leshis. or some other evil spirits. Protection from spirits comes in handy. Suddenly, shorts fly from all over. The detritus seems to be their doing. A pine tree, cracked by lightning, stands by the edge of a swamp. You know that lightning can be useful, and come closer. The tree is blackened and split in two. Strangely, the air is still filled with the smell of a thunderstorm. Your search soon bears fruit. You find a thunderstone. You pluck the stone from inside the charred pine and go on your way. You enter the serene, piney woods. Soon after, you find the source of light. There is an old izba amongst the trees, leaning comfortably on a branching pine. With a quiet squeak, the door opens, and a hermit welcomes you.
I have never thought a witch would come and visit me.
Why do you think I'm a witch?
I feel evil spirits a mile away.
You're calling me an evil spirit?
Come on, don't be mad. Could Providence bring you here? Have a rest. I've put the samovar on and lit it with juniper branches. I have a request to you.
So I might be a witch, but who are you?
I'm a hermit, and this is my skeet. I live here, far from worldly things, and serve God. There's plenty of holy saints, and the simple folk have plenty of trouble. So I pray here for the holy spirits to help our people with their troubles. I hope they can hear me.
All right, bring your tea.
You drink the tea and rest a bit.
What's your request?
I think you can handle it. Some hunters recently passed by here, but they never left. Even after the ice drift, I followed them. Their camp isn't far from here. Their things are all in disarray, as if they never left in the spring. But there's no sign of them. I felt evil spirits there, but I haven't seen anyone. Please, find where the demons kidnapped them.
Camp is to the south, you say. I may drop by to find out what happened to them. Show me the way.
Listen, witch. Try to get off this road. There's nothing but trouble for you at its end.
You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence.
The wisdom that lies upon dark pages is not that of madness. You cannot paint me as a liar.
You follow the directions of the hermit and soon come to a clear glade. You notice fir branches and a gap fire. It's clear that the hunters camped here. It's unclear where the hunters have gone off to. There's nothing you can do but continue on your way to the lake. You follow the directions of the hermit and soon come to a clear glade.
The gap fire has almost completely burned out. No one leaves fires like this behind in the forest. Tracks. They glow blue. Some chort has been here. I can follow them. The axe is covered in rust.
Some of the hunters' things are still scattered about here. You manage to find one of their clumsily written diaries and a small pouch with silver rubles. It's difficult to make out anything from the illiterate scrawlings of a peasant. They consist mainly of hunting observations and notes. Your attention is drawn to a strange passage. February. Old man knocked on the door. Frozen. Started dying during the night. Suffered long. Maybe a Khaldoon. Died only in the morning. Would be better if I took down the main beam. February later. Going home soon. Bad sleep at night. Something makes noise in the dark. Scary. February later. Yvonne disappeared at night. Going home. Everyone scared. This is the last entry. You take the old pouch. You've found traces of the evil spirits, and now can go searching for the missing hunters. A foul silence hovers over the shed. You take a step and wince. A dry branch under your foot breaks with a loud crack, like a dry bone. The rotten stairs lead inside. You notice a sweet stench. The Eretnik collapses lifelessly. It seems to be a Khaldun that's been buried improperly. With a heavy heart, you cut the tendons on his feet and leave him for the crows to feast. He won't be able to walk among the living now. You remember the hunter's notes. It seems like the dead man took vengeance on the peasants for his violent death. No one inherited his knowledge or tried to relieve his suffering by dismantling the Izba's ceiling. You sigh and hope that when your time comes, you will not meet the same fate. You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence.
The wisdom that lies upon dark.
A foul stream runs through the swamp. You notice two figures sitting on a stone beside it. Through the silence of the night, you hear cold laughter and a muted conversation. The transfixed fisherman watches the rusalka that coils around him with glassy eyes. The claws of the spirit glisten in the moonlight. This is a recent acquaintance of yours. She jumps when she notices you. As soon as the demon looks away, the peasant comes to his senses. His eyes clear up, and he flees in horror.
You again, witch. Feeling jealous of my boys? Sure you are. After all, they're all fine lads.
Tell me, where can I find the Vodinoi?
Oh, witch. I have no time to answer your silly questions, but some of my old friends do. Have fun!
The rusalka dives into the river. A foul stream runs through the swamp. The transfixed fisherman, as soon as the demon looks...
You again, witch.
Tell me, where did you hide the brine from the factory?
Oh, witch. I have no time to answer your silly... But some of my old friends do.
The rusalka dives into the river, laughing. You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish...
Wisdom will enter your heart.
You effortlessly find the fishermen's camp. The peasants have already built a fire and are preparing for a night of fishing. You come upon the fishermen's belongings. One of them left his wallet among the ropes. Unnoticed, you take the money and step away from the fishermen's things.
This fire attracts the fish. I wouldn't call this Hell's Lake.
Oh, Christ almighty! What are you doing here? I thought the Rusalka had returned to spoil our nets again. There's no water dripping from your dress, though.
Good evening. I'm looking for a boat to get me to the lake.
Are you out of your mind, girl? How did your Balshak let you out of the house in the first place?
I am not out of my mind, actually. I need to get to the center of the lake to talk to the Vodyanoi.
Vodyanoi? We've already caught some fish. Why don't you go on your own way?
You don't have time to object. A fisherman that you saved from the Rusalka comes out of the forest and falls at your feet.
Thank you, kind lady.
After his tale, the rest of the fishermen agree to help you in any way they can.
Oh, thanks, girl. Didn't know you were a knower. Step into that boat as soon as you're ready. We'll get you to where you need to be.
means the fishermen are about to set off.
There is nothing of value among the... You can get on a boat and set off to the meeting with the Vadyanoi. You come to your senses at the bottom of the lake and take a sharp, panicked breath. You seem to be able to breathe in the water as if it was air. A cry of amazement echoes dully across the silty lake bed. A familiar rusalka swims up to you from the inky depths.
Well, what do you know? A witch in Vakul's kingdom.
I haven't been underwater for a long time. You alive, Vasilisa?
How do you like your hospitality, sister?
I can breathe here. How is this possible?
You're a knower. You need at least some knowledge for swimming, and the especially knowledgeable are able to walk underwater.
Has Vakul been expecting me?
Well, he knows quite a bit.
Can you guide me to him?
I can. I don't hold a grudge towards you.
Did you take the brine?
Vakul is the one who manages everything that's in the water. The salt as well. I'm just a rusalka.
You again. Why don't I deal with you right now?
Here? In my home? Besides, who would guide you to Vakul? You won't make it here without me.
All right. Let's go talk to your Vakul.
You should be more polite. You're in his domain after all. Follow me. First we'll go to the village through the forest, and then from the Drowners Circle it won't take us long.
Stop! Don't swim so fast!
Keep up, witch!
You can hardly keep up with the rusalka swimming in the murky water. Soon, a wall of seaweed appears before you. Your guide dives into the thicket and disappears among the underwater trees. You hesitantly follow her. Suddenly, a drowner from the dark appears, accompanied by a couple of chorts. You go on your way through the river grass. After some time, you walk into a glade dotted with river shells. The white mollusk shells gleam mysteriously, like stars frozen still on the riverbed. One of the shells catches your attention. It emanates an ancient, enchanted power. On the outskirts of the underwater forest, you notice a village. You witness a strange, weird semblance of life. The chimneys are emitting silt, and drowners go about their business. The dead don't seem to care about you. Through the windows of one of the izbas, you notice the silhouettes of household spirits. It's difficult to make out the mumbling of these lonely susiedkos. They don't seem to understand what's going on, or why their residents behave in such a strange manner. You explain that their house is at the bottom of a lake. The spirits exchange surprised glances and disappear. Seems like one of them leaves you a handful of silver coins. You pass by the last of the dead men's houses. On the edge of the village, your old acquaintance, the Rusalka, is waiting for you. On the outskirts of the underwater forest, you notice a village. You witness a strange... You pass by the last of the dead men's houses. On the edge of the village, your old acquaintance. On the outskirts of the underwater forest, It's difficult to make out the mumbling of these... You pass by the last of the...
A fine guide you are. I was nearly torn apart by chords in that grass. What's a couple of chords to such a renowned knower? Besides, there's no such thing as a safe path over here. And for my friends, I choose the safest possible. Friends? I don't even know your name. Oh, I thought you'd never ask. My name is... I don't remember. What's wrong with me? Why can't I remember? Wait! I can keep up with you!
The Rusalka swims away into the pitch-black depths. You find a cemetery next to the sunken village. The crosses are broken, eaten away by worms. You carefully step on the dead grass that covers the cemetery soil. Your skin starts to crawl. The chorts are near. Some graves have fresh offerings near them. You find a cemetery next to the sunken... You bravely venture into the middle of the cemetery and draw a circle. You find a cemetery next to the... Some graves have fresh offerings.
Get out of here, witch! Go search for your Vodinoi on your own.
So this is how you keep your promises.
What were you expecting? I'm a demon. I don't care. I don't even remember my own name.
You don't? Well, it figures. You became a demon, so you lost your human name.
Became a demon?
Sure. Vakul didn't tell you? Well, why would he?
I used to be the same as you.
Well, if you'd been a nowhere, you wouldn't have drowned.
I want to remember the past me. Before all of this.
I can help.
There is something that sunk beyond the fishing nets.
Let's go there. Vakul can wait.
Yes, let's hurry. What's your name, witch?
Vasilisa. Why do the dead walk in circles here?
The Vodinoi told me he put these 7 here to walk clockwise, as a testament to the old times.
What are these
sorcery of some kind? Who's the witch here, anyway?
It's time to go.
Yes, let's hurry for the slave, I said. It's not as scary with you.
Seven drowners are walking in circles around some idols.
Vasia, hurry to that sleigh.
It's time to go.
Yes, let's hurry for the sleigh, Vasia.
There are 2 drowners in the fishing nets. They untangle and tear the strings, freeing the lake dwellers stuck inside. The dead are distracted by their work and pay no attention to you.
Who's there? Who? You! Don't stick your nose in others' business.
We do what we want here. Some bloated stiffs can't boss us around. Isn't that right, Vasia?
Well, yes. But tell me, what are you doing with the nets?
Tearing and cutting. We're spoiling them. Shut your mouth. It's not any business over there. Don't go telling them that the Vodinoi sent us.
The Vodinoi send you to spoil the fishing nets?
The nets? The fishermen don't sew them, nor do they carry them. What are you telling them that for? She doesn't have to know that the master Vodinoi isn't happy with the fisherman. It's none of your business, Vange. Ya hear?
What an idiot!
That's great. The Vodinoi sent us to relieve you.
Oh yeah, right. You can go back.
Oh, wonderful. Wait a minute. If you were really sent by the Vodinoi, surely you'd know his Persian name. What is it?
The drowner wants to know the Permian name for a Vodinoi. He's a water chort, Vakul.
Right. All right. Looks like you're telling the truth. Guess we're off back to Vakul's palace.
The dead men swim into the dark. In the tangled nets they discarded, you find a couple of gold coins, which you pocket. Next to the sunken sleigh lies a broken chest. You search its contents and amid the rotten fabrics, you find a well-preserved photo and a pendant. It is an elegant thing, with precious jewels. There is some writing on the back. Yevdakia. Could that be her name? Miraculously, the photograph is in excellent condition. There is writing on the back. E and P Frolovs. At the bottom of the chest, you find several coins.
The sleighs are used in winter time. There's someone's skulls here. It looks like a cemetery for boats, logs, and the like. Does it belong to the sleigh driver, or to that Rusalka?
These sleighs give me chills. Have you found anything?
I found a pendant. Could it be yours? There's a name on the back. Yevdakia.
Could be. A beautiful thing.
You can keep it if you want. I found a photo. It's of a girl who looks like you.
That is me. And who is that?
Pahom, a salt worker. It says here you have the same family name. Is he a relative?
Maybe. I don't remember. I can't remember.
There's your portrait on the photo, and the first letter of the name on the pendant. Yevdakia. That's your name, Rusalka.
Yevdakia. Yes, that's my name. I think I'm starting to remember. Pahom is my father.
And you came back to the factory to kill the workers? At your own factory?
I was sent by the Vodinoi. I didn't know. Lord, my memory is like murky water. I have to get out of here. I don't belong in the dead man roundelays. Let go. Let me go.
Stop. You'll die up there in the morning. Or you'll be driven off by the cross. We'll ask Vakul about this. It's time to go to the Vodinoi.
Let's go. I know the way.
The Rusalka guides you to the mouth of the cave. Before you take another step, she stops you with a slight touch of her icy hand.
Vasya, stop! That bike lives in this hole.
So you led me into a trap?
No. Well, perhaps it is a sort of a trap. But for now, I don't want this fish to eat you.
Can't we go around it?
The way to the Vakul palace is through this hole.
Then, when the fish comes out, strike it with your claws. It won't expect it. I'll finish it off with Zagavars.
All right, Vasya.
The pike falls on the river silt with a hiss. In a moment, it disappears, as if it's never been there. A rusalka swims out of the seaweed and points you into the depths of the pike cave. Inside the cave, you realize that you're exhausted. You need to find a place to camp.
How will we get out of here? Granted, I'm not really a cat, but I still don't like being underwater.
Soon, Proshka. As soon as we get to the Vodyanoi.
You could always stay here with the other demons, you know.
As if that'd be any better.
Rest a bit, Vasya. We still have 1 day of travel.
I do think the Vodyanoi sent you as my guide.
I think he sensed your power. But he didn't tell me this.
What kind of demon is he anyway?
The Vodyanoi has been ruling over the local rivers and lakes for a long time. He was here long before the new god. His palace is at the very depths of the Bluestone. His riches are immeasurable. Ushkuiniks brought him sacrifices as well as millers, fishermen, beekeepers. Everyone who works near the river or a lake has to deal with the Vodyanoi. Us two drowners.
How far is it to the palace?
Not far. Rest a bit now, and then we'll get to it.
This road looks old. Vakul also has complete economy here, with villagers and everything.
The drowners that have been here a long time are saying that this road used to be sacred. Each night, the old gods used to walk it. Now everything's changed to the new rules, and that's why Vakul is angry.
What do you remember from your past?
I remember my father. He brought me up by himself. I remember very little. Nothing else comes to mind.
Don't worry, Evdokia. You'll remember.
Oh, Vasya, who knows? I'm dead, aren't I? What was I doing, Lord Almighty? What will happen to me now? We, the dead, know only one thing. It's better to be alive.
An eel emerges from the seaweed, followed by a burbot. After several moments, you are surrounded by a swarm of eels and burbots that move through the seaweed as a huge herd. You soon notice the shepherds. Several drowners with paddles direct the group to a destination known only to them. The drowners stop the fish to talk to you. It turns out that this school of fish was part of a wager that some Vodyanoi lost to Vakul in a game of cards. They are from a river near the Church of the Trinity. Now the dead are steering this herd through the domain of the local evil spirits. After this conversation, you understand evil spirits a little bit better.
An old grave can make out the name. So many graves, all for the Vaginois' entertainment?
I heard this is where Vakul collects the graves of his victims. As soon as anyone drowns, a gulbets grows here.
We could perhaps find your name here.
I didn't even think of looking here. I want to go home now, to the surface.
The Vadinoi may agree to let you go. I'll have to think this through. I'll go take a look at the grave.
I feel a kind of kinship with that gulbets over there. No, I won't approach it.
What's that cave over there?
It belongs to the Vadinoi. Dead men are forbidden to go there. I can show it to you, though. You're not dead yet.
Enough rummaging in the cemetery.
Are you ready to continue on?
Wait, I forgot.
You find the grave the Rusalka pointed out and wipe away the cold silt from the wooden tablet. Indeed, it is the grave of Pahom's daughter. Near the grave, you find Yevdokia's old cross.
So many graves, all for the Vaginois' entertainment?
I heard this is where Vakul collects the graves of his victims. As soon as anyone
Enough ram-
Are you ready to continue on?
Yes, show me the way. This cave feels old.
This cave is closed to the dead. Vakul doesn't allow it.
Will you go there with me?
He'll let you out. I'm not sure about me.
So no one's ever been in this cave?
They say a drowner entered it. But Vakul punished him later. He ate him, I think.
Why do you think he forbids entrance?
Maybe he keeps treasure here. Maybe he put some monster inside to keep an eye on it.
Talk later. All the walls used to be decorated here, but now it's all been washed off. Some pieces of copper are lying in a chest.
Rays of light lead the way into the depths of the cave. The winding paths lead you to a huge altar. Who and how performed services here? You bend your knees and whisper a prayer. Suddenly, a fierce, watery gale throws you out of the... The winding paths lead you to a huge... A drawing that appeared on the wall looks more recent than the others. It depicts a lizard-like pike. You think you've seen an image like that, but wasn't it a bear? You return from your thoughts to the present moment when you notice a sudden blue flash. A silver mask lies on the altar. You brush the dust off the ancient mask and exit the cave. The Rusalka finally leads you to the Vadinoi's palace gates. They're guarded by two watchmen who, as it seems, are unable to find common ground in an argument.
No, I cursed and cursed. It's you who didn't curse enough. You can't even talk straight, not to mention tear some nets. He's mad because of you. Oh, Rusalka.
You again, my little friends. I'm leading the Nowhere to Vakul, as he told me to.
Uh-huh. You're the ones who kept us from tearing the nets properly. Get out of here.
Maybe we can just swim over them?
We can't. There's sorcery here. There's only one entrance to the palace.
Listen, dead man. Vakul called me here himself, and if you won't let me pass, he'll be even angrier.
Even angrier?
Precisely. So move, why don't you?
Wait. We have an order. Only let the knowers in. So, if you're a knower, you should be able to answer this riddle of ours.
Very well. I'm good at these sort of things.
It purrs and purrs, but won't pour out. It runs and runs, but won't run out.
It pours and pours, but won't pour out. It runs and runs, but won't run out. It's a river. I've heard more difficult ones.
Well, that's correct. All right, go through. But how? Your riddle is to blame.
You leave the angry drowners and go. The interior of the Vodinoi's palace doesn't look like old fairy tales. There are old planks instead of the crystal walls, and the place is overgrown with river grasses. You open your book in anticipation. You never know what kind of pests might be hiding in the old palace. Your vigilance pays off. A couple of chorts step out from the darkness. Near the empty gatehouse, you find a huge herd of cows. Among the animals walks an exhausted peasant. He notices you and rushes over to you.
Christ almighty, immortal man. She's alive and not haunted.
Be careful not to crush the witch. Oh, I will drag you even further.
A witch? I should have known. There's no other Christian soul around here except for mine. This is where I die.
Don't be so quick to write me off as a spirit. I can help you if you need me to.
You can? Praise the Lord. Thank you, thank you.
But it won't be that easy to get you out. I think we should order a prayer. Then Vakul will let you go himself.
Take it. Here's the money I've made here. I am from Nekrasova village. Find my wife there. They've been searching for me. They'll order a prayer, I'm sure of it.
All right. I'll find your wife if I pass through there. Don't lose hope.
The moved peasant catches a tear trickling from his eye and bows deeply before you. The treasures of the Vodinoi consist of all sorts of things. Silver and gold coins, icon frames studded with precious stones. There aren't any icons in the icon frames. You take a handful of coins, then another one.
Unless I announce you to the Vodinoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
What can you tell me about him?
He's old, has his quirks. He's winning today, so he should be in a good mood. Listen, if he offers you gold, don't take it. Ask for fish scales instead, and put back the ones you've taken. You don't need them. All right, it's all different here in this world. It's not like what people are used to. Unless I announce you to the Vodinoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
Wait a moment.
So, God got what you were after, Witch. What else do you want?
Will the Vodyanoi be here soon?
That's none of your business. We wouldn't let you in anyway. He comes when he wishes to.
What kind of a duo are you anyway?
Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps we're future Vodyanoi.
Very well.
While looking at this corpse, Vakul sold it. You'd never know that this is how he makes new drowners.
So that's how drowners come to be.
Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
Yes, bring him in.
Year after year, it's getting worse and worse. So you threw some coins on the old altar. You're not a simple girl. You can solve riddles, but that's only half of it. It means you speak the language of spirits.
Greetings, Vodyanoi grandfather. My name is Vasilisa.
I know your name. I know of everything in my kingdom. Do you think I couldn't get you this very moment unless I really wanted to? I wanted to see what kind of a human you are. You've been helping others. Found out the name of Rusalka. I don't approve of that. You have no business taking my servants away. Well, what brings you here?
I wanted to ask you. What's been going on at the salt factory? Did you send the Rusalka and take the brine?
I have this acquaintance of mine. Demidov is his name. Do you know what he did when he built his factory? He threw a glove into the water. Then he took out the other glove, cut out 3 fingers of it, and threw it also into the water. Do you know why?
Demidov threw a glove into the water. Why is this? He promised you a living human sacrifice.
Good job. I can see it's no accident that you can breathe underwater. Did you guess the number of lives?
1 glove, followed by another one with 3 fingers cut off. Five finger on 1 glove and 2 on the other. He promised you 7 offerings.
Correct, witch. You certainly do have knowledge. 7th round. Later, I'll put them to work in a circle to remember the days of old. You saw it yourself. And what now? I'd be content with some fisher pouring vodka into the lake. I won't stand for this. Your salt walker also promised me a sacrifice, but he wasn't very eager with making good on it. But I'll take what is due.
You yourself dragged Evdokia to the bottom.
Yes, I'm a South. Before his salt works, he had a watermill. Wasn't eager to pay the tribute for his factory. He's paying for it now.
So you're to blame for all these deaths.
Mind who you're talking to, witch. I took only what's mine to take. For your words, I could turn you into a drowner, but today I will be kind.
How does he get the brine back now?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will have to do it properly afterwards. Don't you want to learn anything else?
To begin with, I wanted to ask you. I know the name of the Rusalka. Let her go.
Do I look like a bandit to you? Does she look a bride? She can't be saved by a name. She's already dead. You can't bring anyone back from the afterlife.
No, there are ways.
You are talking about your book. She doesn't have anything like that. She will do her time with me. When it is her time to return to the surface, I will let her go, to heaven or hell. That is not for me to decide. And certainly not for you.
I wanted to ask you, what's this cave with writings on the walls?
I've been living here for a long time. Everything used to be different here. There used to be a grave. I kept what's left. Old traditions shouldn't disappear. I simply want to let them.
I wanted to ask you. I need to break the seal on the book.
I know this book, and I know how to break the seal. I'll break it if you do my bidding.
I wanted to ask you. How do I get the brine back? How do I break the seal?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will have to do it properly afterwards. Don't you want to learn anything else?
Tell me what you want.
Yes, now there's a good witch. I need a helper on land. You will go to the boathouse that's not far from Vilgard. You will find some bandits there. Lately, they too have forgotten to make offering to me. Make them restore this good tradition.
All right, as you wish.
I like you, Vasilisa. We can become friends after I break the seal. I choose a gift for you. A chest of golden coins or a handful of fish scales.
I'll take the scales. You can't find any such things on the surface.
As you wish, witch. Well, have a nice trip. Well, meet right after you fulfill my task. Perhaps at the altar I'll break your water seal. And the brine, it depends on the home. Surely I'll be able to find a couple of gloves.
You return to your senses on the bank of the Rusalka backwater. You spit out muddy water and inspect your things. Everything is where it should be. With a shudder, you clutch for the black book. It's also here. Only the fish scales have disappeared. To your surprise, you notice a heavy sack with gold coins in its place.
Grandpa, I'm back.
Vasilisa, I did some divinations the other day. Learned that Vakul is holding you captive. And then I went to the Church of the Trinity, did what needed to be done. That's why the water demon let you go.
The prayers may not be the reason. He had a task for me.
You tell old Yegor about the events of recent days.
So that Miller was Pahom. Interesting. A Vadinoi doesn't forget his subject. Be on the lookout with this demon. He may try to pull one over on you.
I don't trust demons, just as you taught me.
And that's why you helped the Rusalka. That is not the same as a changeling girl. We need to be careful in our line of work, or you'll wind up beneath the earth. Anyway, we need to think about something else. Ask the bandits about Vakul. They might give you some advice.
All right, Grandpa. What kind of bandits make offerings to him?
I think river bandits. Not a rare sort nowadays. They may be escaped convicts or former factory workers. You're a powerful knower. They can't hurt you. Curse them if they try anything. Don't let them catch their breath.
I met Rusalka. Do you think we can help her?
The Rusalka? She's dead already. How can you help a dead person? Well, I'm sorry, Vasilisa. I spoke without thinking. I don't think she has friend that can help her.
But I found her name. It must mean something.
You're saying she's Pahom's daughter? Let him think about it.
Can I at least free her from the Vadinoi?
That spirit holds on to his droners until their early time is up. He might let them go sooner, for the right price. Sometimes, of course, they can be saved with prayer. Vadinois who are weaker than ours have a lower price. What price will Vakul ask? No one knows. You can try it if you want to, but the seal takes priority. Don't you forget that.
Do you think he will keep his promise about the salt and the seal?
I dealt with him once, also at a mill. Did everything he had to, but also took all that he could. A powerful shot. Now it's your turn. You'll beat him, never doubt that.
I see. Time to go.
All right. That pothouse of yours isn't far from Salatnova, to the west of Kusheva.
Nekrasova isn't far. One drowner asked me to help him.
I'll get Pahom in the meantime. God help you.
Well, what do you want?
What happened after you became...
Seems like I do remember. We Sosietkas can see future quite well. I was from...
You're one of the Chutes, and you're cat...
There are people, so I'll tell you later.
So...
Or the rest they imagine...
Let's go.
The other day, she got a hernia this big, half the size of her face.
Tell me what happened next. How did you...
Right then. So I'm hold the short strangle, and it was exchanged to him. So he needed to give something to me in return. So I think. So I bring me. It was sealed in all by myself, as you see.
Why can people see demons?
Who knows? That's for God to decide. Only the knowers see demons.
At the crossroads of two trade routes, you see the...
You're not what we consider an average girl, are you?
The players are carried away by a...
Buy an amulet and you'll be as healthy as a boar. Demons fleeing...
Seek me out, girl, and I will grant...
You're not what we consider an average girl.
A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop pierces the darkness. A young lad with an accordion strapped across his back runs into the street. A moment later, a shop owner emerges, spewing curses and chasing after the musician. You are somewhat familiar with the accordion player. This dashing youth is often invited to вечерkas and celebrations. You whisper a zagavar, and the merchant clumsily falls onto the dirty road. Judging by his angry yells, a ray of light from a suddenly opened door. You whisper a zagavar, and the musician trips in the dark. He manages to keep his... A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop pierces the merchant spits on a neighbor's hen in frustration, knowing he won't be able to catch the musician.
That scoundrel! Sure, take him! He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see a half kopeck until Christmas.
I know this man. Should I get him back for you?
If only you could. I know him as well, but still. If only my boy was at the counter. I bet he's gone divinate into the ovens again.
Behind those barns?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
Do they have any idea how to perform divinations? I fear something might go wrong.
Nothing bad will happen to them. Sure, take them. Youngster, have no patience. Can I help you? Get going.
But what if I wanted to buy something?
Yeah, right. The devil you roaming around at night. Get lost.
The merchant shuts the door in front of you. You can only continue on your way. A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop. You whisper a zagavar, and the merchant spits on a neighbor's hen in frustration, knowing he won't be able to catch the musician.
That scoundrel! Sure, take him! He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see...
I need to get to a pothouse somewhere in these parts. Is it far?
Oh, girl, don't go there. That's a bad place. The pothouse and vodka are the root of all evil. Here, they found this man recently, drunk himself to the grave. Just buried him. Well, the pothouse is to the north. You won't miss it. Fedьka, the accordion player, must have gone there. That rascal, that scoundrel. Sure, take him. He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back.
I know this man.
If only...
Behind those barns?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
Do they have any idea?
Not can I...
But...
The black shape of this avin looks like a beast ready to pounce. When you peek through the slightly open door, you gasp. Aviniks have stuffed the children into the stove and are arguing about something.
Let us into your ravine, kind host.
Which? I can sense Kalduns from a mile away. Well, damn Aviniks. They always looking to eat somebody.
What's with the children? Did you kill them?
Not yet. We're deciding on who gets to do it. Well, what are you looking at? They came for divinations at wrong time, didn't ask for invitation, didn't circle themselves. And to top things off, their father cursed them. Or could it be you, who also came to grab a bite? Come on, take off their icons. They're nasty to the touch.
I came for the children. They're my prey. The merchants send them to hell? I know, and their chorts send me precisely for that reason. The real chorts, mind you, not some household spirits.
That's the first time I've heard such a thing. Prove to us that chorts sent you.
These Aviniks want to see chorts. Well, I know where I can get plenty of those. Look how many sorcerous items I have. I have something from demons.
The black shape of this avin looks like a beast.
Let us in.
Damn.
What's with...
Or could it be you, who also came to grab a bite?
I could find a use for these icons.
3 children lay in the stove. One turned out not to have a cross. The others have small icons hanging on their necks. You take them.
I came for the children. The merchants, these Aviniks want to see Chorts. Well, look at this.
You open your pistir, and several annoyed Chorts spill out of it. The panicked Aviniks hide in dark corners. After the Aviniks disappear, the children return to their senses. They remember what happened, only in part. You remind them of the necessities of a protective circle by properly boxing their ears. Someone's figure stands black at the forest's edge. You can't make out who's waiting for you on your way. You clutch your book tighter. A human voice answers you. You come closer and recognize the accordion player you met from Sultanova village.
Vasha, I knew it was you in the village.
What do you need? You're on your way already.
I wanted to thank you. You tripped him and I managed to escape.
Yeah, tripped.
Here, take a sweet for the road. I need these sweets for business. But I'll pay them back first thing tomorrow.
You must be carrying these for the girls, as usual.
Such accusations all of a sudden. Nothing of the sort. I'm going to a pot house. I've been asked to play for a birthday.
Fetka plays a riff on his accordion.
I think if I bring a present along, they'll pay me more.
To a pot house, you say? Have you been there before? What kind of place is it?
No, I haven't. It used to be an abandoned izba. Now I hear that each night it becomes a noisy pot house. So it must be fun. Oh, a fine pot house it must be.
I've heard wicked people reside there.
I don't care. Even church won't hurt an accordion player.
Really? You haven't met Chorts. You wouldn't know if you did.
Not everyone is brought up by a knower.
Who called you there?
God knows. The other night I met some lad by my izba. Come to the pot house, he says. Gave me some money in advance and promised more afterwards.
Why couldn't you buy sweets with that money?
I hid them away right after, just in case. Come on, don't fret. I'll pay it back later.
God help you.
Wait, where are you going yourself?
I'm going to the pot house too. I need to check up on this birthday.
Oh, how wonderful. Let's go together.
Yeah, wonderful. Sorry, but I'll have to go alone. First, I need to drop by Nekrasova.
Look what's going on there. Men and women crawling like flies. Let's go.
You don't have time to interject, and the musician drags you along. Peasants are gathering on the banks of the river. Each has several loaves of bread in their hands, which they are throwing into the river, and watch as they drift downstream. The musician calls out to them, and strides confidently towards them.
Well met, Nekrasova. What are you doing here? Feeding the fishes?
They're looking for a drowned man. He can be found where a loaf sinks, so they say.
Yes, one man from our village went missing. We can't find him.
I think I know who you're talking about. You won't ransom him from a Vodinoy with bread, and not from your Vodinoy for sure.
And how do you know that?
Her grandpa is an ower. She's an ower too.
But what can we do to make him drift ashore? Tell us if you know.
If you want to ransom him from your Vodinoy, you'll need coins for that. Throw an odd number of each time, 3 or 15.
How much money will it take? Where can we get that amount? We struggled even to get this bread.
Here, take this. It's not much, but it should do.
Well, Vasya, quite a...
Keep quiet! Don't go counting my money.
We thank you for... We'll be searching for him until spring this way.
Someone's figure stands black at the forest's edge. A human voice answers.
Vasya!
I
think if I bring it...
Chop up?
Oh,
What?
I hid them away.
I've heard...
Not everyone is brought...
God help you.
Peasants are gathering on the bank.
And how much money will it take?
Well, good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
You say goodbye to the peasants and go on your way. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. Everyone you ask knows about the pothouse, but tells you that it is a wicked place for wicked people. As it turns out, the bandits have become even noisier as of late, but no one has seen them in nearby villages. One of the people you talk to crosses himself and tells you that there's something demonic going on in this pothouse. With a shaky voice, he tells you about a logging area to the west. You can't get anything else out of him. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. You soon find the izba where the missing peasant's family lives. It turns out that he is one of the villagers trying to reach the Sultanovka bank. You tell his wife that she must recite a prayer. The shaken woman recognizes you as a witch and trusts your every word. You decide to keep the money. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in... You soon find the izba where the missing peasant's family lives. It turns out that he is one of the villagers trying to... The silent village is getting ready to sleep. Everyone you ask knows about the pond. The silent village is getting ready to... You soon find the izba where the missing peasant's family... You give her all the money the Vodinoy's servant gave you. The grateful peasant woman gives you some healing herbs. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from... The silent village is getting ready to sleep. Everyone you ask knows about the pothouse. The silent village is... You soon find the izba. You give her part of the money that the Vodinoy's servant gave you. It will be just enough to order a prayer. The grateful peasant woman gives you some healing herbs for the road. After some thought, you ask her to light a candle for a certain Rusalka that you know. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. Everyone you ask knows about the pothouse. The silent village is getting ready. You soon find the izba. You give her all the money. The grateful peasant woman gives you some... The silent village is getting... On the frozen logging site, everything is silent, even birds and insects. Knowing this to be a sign of evil spirits, you open your book. Several fat logs are lying on the glade ahead of you near an old fire. and some items are scattered about it. By the roots of a notably large fallen pine, you see the mouth of a hole. The closer you get to the logging site, the stronger the smell of decay. You recoil involuntarily when you spot the bodies, stuck into the rough holes in the trunks, as if into coffins. Overcoming your disgust, you inspect the corpses. Many of the dead have weapons. It would appear they used to be bandits. You find a purse with rubles on one of them and take it without remorse. You feel the stench of death in the air. It seems no one has been here for a long time. You find someone's ledger by the fire. Reading it, you find regular sacrifices to the Vadyanoi and other, more sinister expenses that you try not to think about. The last record is dated more than a week ago. The hole breathes with the dampness of a graveyard. At the bottom of it, among roots that look like paws of exotic beasts, you see an empty chest. You feel the stench of death in the closer you get to the logging site. You hear the lingering sounds of songs long known to you. At one of the izbas, you see a late-running Vichorka. It may be worth stopping to listen for a while. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song. The narrow path leads you to a silent bee garden. A single light shines amidst the beehives. A beekeeper has lit a splinter and is writing something on birch bark.
I can hear you walking. Come out to the light.
Greetings, beekeeper.
Ah, a traveler. Well, come in. Make yourself at home in my bee kingdom.
The beekeeper proceeds to write something on birch bark.
Are you writing a Chpater by chance?
Heaven forbid. I'm calculating my income for the summer. The bee queen spawns grubs every day, so I get a lot of new bees. If only I had enough houses for them. This Vadyanoi helps me. There's Chorts Creek nearby. The bees drink their water there. I threw something in the water recently. A bottle of vodka and a loaf of bread, so my bees wouldn't die off this winter.
I see. If you're having a good year, maybe you have something to sell.
Come and take a look. Are you interested in some healing herbs?
Have you heard about the local Vadyanoi?
Well, they say all sorts of things. I heard this one story from an old woman I know. Thing is, I can tell a mighty scary story. Might make your hair stand on end.
You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you notice a fat barrel rolling to the west. Several shrieking chorts fly out of the barrel and attack you. You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you notice a fat barrel rolling to the west. It seems there were chorts in the barrel, and they are not inclined to talk. You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you take a bypass and easily avoid the clumsy barrel. You pass a small settlement that has no... It turns out that the barrel is rolling to the pothouse. Sometime later, several chorts fly out of it, transform into whirlwinds, and fly away so fast that you have no time to read a Zagavar. Approaching the barrel, you notice that it used to be full of mash, but it is empty now.
There are only abandoned isbas nearby. Their windows are all dark. I have business with your chief.
Ha! He has no business with you. Go, before Cassian has seen you.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know.
And I am Zao, the entire Perm Gubernia.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know. I can heal you, but I can curse you as well.
I'll show you, curse. There's no place for witches here. Go!
Through your clenched teeth, you whisper a Zagavar that would topple any peasant, but this large man is unaffected. You decide not to attract too much tension prematurely and begin searching for another way.
What a Vichorka they're having here. I see the musician has already got there. A large isba, a fine one.
Go home, well...
The peasant holds his head and wipes away a single tear from time to time.
Are you alright?
Oh, girl, what are you doing here? Get out of here while you still can. This is an evil place.
What can you tell me about the pot house?
A wicked place. Oh, wicked people. So it was. And it's worse now.
Why are you crying?
What? I'm not crying. I won't cry. No matter what fate befalls me. Do you hear?
I know it is. That's why I'm here. I found dead bandits in the forest, at the logging site. It would seem that demons killed them.
That's what happened. Run while you yourself are still alive.
If you're so scared, why aren't you running too?
I can't escape the Chorts. They left me here while they're drinking in the porthouse. Later, they'll ride me to hell.
Dear God, so you're dead?
I used to spend quite a bit of time in this porthouse. Now it's time to pay the bill.
I see. I know it.
I used to spend...
Perhaps I can save you. I know how to deal with Chorts. I have a pastor full of my own. Just help me get inside.
You can't help me, but you can peek on the chart if you like. Here is the key from the back door. You can go in if you want to.
You can hear the sounds of an accordion and lively conversation. The door is locked. The lock falls to the floor with a thud. The door is open. The accordion player winks at you while playing his instrument.
I knew your life wouldn't be the same without me. You came to see me, Vasilisa, my dear.
Don't tempt fate, Fyodor.
I'm only kidding. The fun starts at night.
Aren't you afraid of wicked men?
What's there to be afraid of? Everyone likes a good accordion player. I tell you, the devil himself doesn't frighten me. I won't let anyone hurt you either.
I found something. I think demons are to blame for it. Perhaps the bandits are all dead by now.
The stories you tell, Vasilisa. You and your old man, always first-rate jokers.
This is no joke, Fedka.
Oh, stop it, Vasya. You'll make me miss my notes.
What were you saying about fun?
Some guy tells me here that as soon as it gets dark, we'll start treating our guests so well that he'll be in heaven. That's the gist of it.
Huh. Interesting. We'll talk later.
All right. Here, sit on the bench. Listen to my fine playing.
These ones don't even want to talk to me.
The fun starts to gather momentum.
Pothouse's owner doesn't even look at me.
The fun starts to gather momentum. Soon the peasants are dancing so hard that the walls around them start to shake. After some time, the crowd is having so much fun that the accordion player is lifted up and thrown into the air to cheers. The most noticeable in the crowd is a large man. Is this the game, Chief? You notice that the pothouse visitors approach a glass jar that stands by the window and smears something around their eyes. Having carefully picked out this moment, you reach the item. You've had a bad feeling about this pothouse for a while, and now it has turned to horror. Your suspicions prove true. Everything around you was an illusion. The accordion player wasn't thrown into the air without malice. You take out the black book, but the chief of the short swarm calls you out.
I think my stables will see another witch added to it. What a day. Whatever brought you here, madam?
The musician is trying to get out of the noose with all his strength.
I know that you killed the local bandit.
They found what they shouldn't have. That is, us. I can't say we weren't grateful, though.
You killed them all?
The accordion player fights back a little less fiercely.
Do we require a reason? We're evil spirits, girl. But you ask your questions. I have plenty of time.
The Vodяной needs his offerings. How do I get them from you?
It seems that the musician is almost completely exhausted at this point.
Oh, you won't get anything from us. We're the ones creating problems, not solving them.
Noticing the musician losing his strength, you get out your black book.
Stop your blabbing!
We'll see who goes to hell. I'll turn you into a mare and hitch you to a cart. Keep at it, and your friend here will join our sinners.
Don't count on it.
You.
When Mikolka the Chort falls, his flock flies screaming from the windows and doors. You quickly release Fedka from the noose. He seems to be still breathing, but there's no trace of his usual hubris. To your surprise, the Chort hasn't yet vanished like the rest.
Wait, Khaldun, I will help you.
What? You're looking to serve me? I have plenty of charts of my own.
But I am a strong Chort. You've seen it yourself. I'll prove myself useful more than once.
First, tell me this. What happened to the bandits?
They dug up an old treasure chest and was buried here a long time ago by Ushkuinix. It was guarded by strong sorcery. Not strong enough to kill all the bandits, but still, I think something went wrong with the Zagavor, or maybe the place there is special. We were bound to guard it, regular Chorts we were, but with time, the magic grew stronger, and so did our power, like wine. When they opened the chest, we took what we were due, all of their heads. The residue of the sorcery created this phantom.
I don't think Vakul will be too happy.
And after that, we started gathering the cursed ones around the area. I turned the sinners into horses and drive them into hell. Everything had been going so well until you came. The Zagavad was so strong, even the evil spirits used herbs to counter it.
Should I leave these Chorts here to roam around instead of the bandits? Let them make offerings to the Vodinoi. No, I have a better idea. You will make offerings to Vodinoi in place of the bandits.
Your suspicions prove true. Everything around...
I think
The musician is trying...
Stop your blabbing! You're going to hell!
We'll see who goes to hell. I'll turn you into a mare and hitch you to a... Keep at it, and your friend here will join our sinners.
Don't count on...
You will follow right after.
Roam around. All right. Come into my service.
Thank you, witch. You won't regret it. I will spoil a lot of souls on your behalf.
The accordion player has stood on the border between life. You can only guess how the Vodyanoi will react to the death of his bandits. They won't make him offerings anymore.
And I was here by dawn.
Why didn't you leave that short to make sacrifices, huh?
When Mikolka the Chort...
Wait.
What?
But I am a strong
First?
and everything had been going so...
Should I leave these chorts here to roam around instead of the bandits? No, I have a better idea. You will make offerings to Vodyanoi in place of... You can do what you want, but make sure you make offerings to Vakul in time. I have an agreement to keep. Swear it.
I swear it. I swear it. Thank you, witch. I will not let you down. I'll make offerings for as long as these brigands live.
After bowing to you, the grateful Chort vanishes into inky smoke. The accordion player has stood on the border between life and death, and seems to be different right now. On your way back, he is silent. You help Fejdka get to the closest village, and return home. You put Mikolka in charge of the offerings to the Vodyanoi. Vakul should keep his word now.
And I was here by dawn. And I was here by dawn.
Well done, Basha. You did a clever thing, making the Chort make sacrifices. They'll curse loads of peasants. That's going to be a lot of work for us.
Thanks, Grandpa. I've decided. We have no time to worry about men from Sultanova.
All right, you need to go to the mill. I already sent a salt worker there.
Do you think Vakul will break the seal?
He will. He has to. You did your part. He's going to do his. He's a demon of old. He honors agreements. But beware. If you ask for more, he'll ask for a ransom. Be ready for that.
I've been thinking about that Rusalka.
You could try to buy out her soul. But what's the point? He'll let her go in 50 years or so. She's dead. She can wait.
What should I watch out for at the watermill?
I think you should be ready for anything. That demon wanted to meet there for a reason. He has power there, as well as history.
I'm getting better and better with the book.
Ha! You bet. Knowledge is light. The longer you hold on to this book, the brighter it shines. Doesn't matter who holds this book, a girl or an old man. This shadow keeps growing, and in time will cover villages, peasants, friends, and family. Finally, it gets to you.
Well, time to go to the mill.
It's not far from Gaina village. You won't get lost there.
God bless, Igor Yevlampovich. Vasilisa.
Howdy! I thought you decided never visit my izba ever again.
Oh, if God wished it so, I wouldn't. This place of yours scares me something terrible. I can just feel Chorts looking at me from the forest. Necessity brought me here. No one can help me but you.
What happened? Is someone's dead?
Oh, no one. Praise the merciful Lord. Well, at least no man was killed. In a cemetery chapel we found a cow that's been missing for several months now.
Sure, I remember that cow. That's the one we couldn't bring back from the Leshy. It's a good thing that you found it.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. It's been found dead. A horrible sight.
I heard that the chapel has been haunted lately.
Right. Weren't you the one who forbade me to exorcise the demons there? Why don't you tell me some more about that silly superstition of mine?
Well, what can I say? I was wrong, Igor Yevlampovich. Help us, fools. Well, I'll be waiting for you in my church.
I think we should inspect that cow. I have a bad feeling about it.
All right, Grandpa. Let's get going.